Okay, boys and girls, what you are looking at right now is a AMT 1967 Chevelle Pro Street 125th scale box. And what's behind it is the build of this car. And for the first time, you guys will see the completed 67 Chevelle. That was my first entry into the under 1,000 group build. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and pull this guy away. And looky there. Isn't that car pretty? Let's even get you a little closer here. There you go. Alright, so it's got 3 coats of Plum Crazy MCW paint on there. The wheels have been blackened with panel liner, Tamiya panel liner. What else we got going on there? The decals were bought separately. I just finished doing the decals, and there will be a tutorial or a how-to video on how I install decals on here. So let me bring this around a little further, and we'll show you what's going on. So, stop it here for right now. I'm calling the car Chevelicious. Hold on, let me get this further around so we can see it a little bit better. Alright, right there. Now, like I said, these were decals that I had purchased on eBay. Just looking for a bunch of different decals that I could put on my model cars when I get done, because some of the manufacturers just don't give you the decals. Anyhow, Chevelicious is what we're calling the car. It was designed and built by this guy here, Goldman Engineering, and Steve Goldman is actually the driver. I think you can see that. Yeah, you can see that up there. And here's all his sponsors down here. Blah, 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 blah. Now, this is not 100% finished. This car is about 99.8% finished. Why do you say? I still have some badges to put on, like up here, and on the trunk lid, and all of that stuff. So, but for now, my phone is ringing. Anyhow. Alright, let me go see who that is. Sorry for that interruption. Anyhow, I'm waiting for some decals I just ordered. I'm going to put up here on the fender 454 CI, and I think that will complete this car, other than the little cross flags and badges and all that stuff that have to go on here. Anyhow, with all that being said, we're going to move on to the next car, which is the 65 Chevelle, and we'll see what's going on with that guy. So stay tuned, and we will be back in a few minutes. Bye. Okay, boys and girls, I want you to meet 65 Chevelle called Bad Obsession. And as you can see here on the front, I did do a little black wash in the grill. I think that looks really, really good. I left the factory chrome the way it is. I think that would bring out the body a little bit more. And all of a sudden, there we go. Let's go the other way. Yeah, see, let me turn this over here. Alright, so the decals I put on here, again, was from the same company that I did on the 67 Chevelle. Bad Obsession, and the only sponsor this guy has is from Giannio Racing Engines, and he's also got the moon eyes on there. I forgot to show you, but there is a moon tank under the hood. I painted the hood in a flat black. See if I can tilt this over a little bit, as you can see. Paint job is what the MCW called root beer. I thought it was pretty cool. Added a can to come out with a really nice gloss to it. Let's take a spin around. We've got some really fat meats on the back, some traction bars, wheelie bars I should say, you call them traction bars. Oh, oops, stop. On here, with my chrome pen, I did the chrome around here. Now there is also chrome on the lights, but I don't think I am capable enough of doing the chrome on the lights. Don't keep going the wrong way. Let's go this way. Again, you can see that I gave him a class of C gas. I don't think that's proper for this car, but I thought it was cool to put it in the windshield. Alright, the same thing on this side, just 3 major decals, Giannio Racing Engines, Bad Obsession, and Moon Eyes. Anyhow, I think that's going to be it for this reveal. We have one more reveal to go, and that is the 66 Chevelle, and that's pretty much on its way also if you have watched my last video. Anyhow, with all that being said, stay tuned. We'll be back for a little bit more. Bye! Okay, guys and gals, welcome back to the bench, and this is going to be build number 3 for the under 1000 group build. As you can see, that's in front of you is a 1966 Chevelle Super Sport. It is a Lindbergh model. It is a 1/25th scale, and it's a skill level 2. Now, the kit went together really nice and easy. Everything fit perfectly. The only situation I had was trying to get the chassis or the floorboard into the body. It is a really tight fit. I actually broke all 4 axles trying to do it in there. And I think one of the reasons why the axles broke is because I have tires and wheels from a different kit that I wanted to put on this car. Anyhow, after a lot of struggle and a lot of swearing and this, that, and the other thing, let's get on with this video and let's see what this Chevelle looks like. I'm calling this Chevelle rambunctious. It's just going to be a modern day, I mean not a modern day, but just a street machine that on Friday nights, like I did, go down to the local hamburger joint and try and pick a race with somebody. So let's see what we got going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, you will see my 1966 Chevelle that I call rambunctious. Now let me get this in a little closer here, the other way, Vincent. And as you can see, the wheels and tires I chose for this look really good on here. Now, let me show you something here. Right here. Even one-to-one cars, I never did like bumperettes. These guys right here. So I tried to be a wise guy, and with my inexperience, I tried to take them off this bumper. And as you can see, I didn't do a very good job. I put a big old gouge right there and another gouge over on this side. So I had to order a bumper. Now the funny thing is, in the one-to-one world, somebody would buy a car and they would part it out and they would make a lot more money than what they paid for the car. And the same thing is happening with these model cars. Somebody has a kit in their stash, or they buy a kit specifically to do this, and that's to part it out. Now the guy I bought the front bumper from, like I had mentioned that I had broken all the axles. I was able to fix the rear axles but not the front. So I had to buy the entire front suspension off of the same guy I bought the bumper from. So between the bumper and the front suspension, the guy made what the kit cost as the entire kit. The windshield, I don't know how that happened on the windshield. It's on the inside. I really don't know how it got whatever that is on the inside there. So let's continue on around. The interior I showed you guys in previous video. What I don't like about this part right here is this molding back here. They could have made that a bit smaller, because if they made this one on the front of here as thin as that is, they could have done the same with that piece back there. I guess it's all about the money. Some fit issues back here. Didn't fit all the way into the recess. Eventually I might do a, let me get this around a little further. Eventually I'll probably paint this black in here and try and highlight the chevelle that's written in there. But otherwise, I think the kit came out really good. I like the paint job. I'm not going to do anything else to the paint. I'm not going to try putting on any clear coat or anything like that. So, with that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, or this part of the video. And as always, your questions, comments, and input are welcome. Let's get on to the next build, and we'll see what that looks like. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. This is my fourth entry to the under 1,000 group build. You guys have been following along. You know that I've had a lot of trouble with this vehicle as far as paint goes. I mean, the kit itself was pretty easy to put together. I mean, these are the instructions. Alright? That's it. That's the instruction sheet. It is a 1/25th scale. It is an AMT kit, and it is a curbside kit, so there wasn't very many parts in here, and this is something you can definitely knock out in 48 hours. Anyhow, for the first time, let me show you what I am calling baby blue. Why am I calling it that? Because this is the paint that I used to paint the vehicle. So, let's take a look and see what this car looks like. And there we go. Let me switch the other camera. 1964 Malibu Super Sport. Now, I tried to put the decals on the badges and all that stuff, but the decals just fell apart. I painted this stripe down here just to break up the monotony of all the blue. The hood is on right now, but it's taped in only because there's no engine and there's no sense to have it open. I did lose, and I don't know how this happens, guys, but I did lose the steering wheel. And I'm sure I have a steering wheel that I could stick in there. These bodies on my builds do not get glued into the chassis do not get glued into the body. So I'll be able to do that. I chose these wheels. You guys can see those. I chose those wheels because I thought they would look pretty cool on this car. This is basically a sleeper. One of these days, when I get the ambition to do so, I am going to put an engine in this thing, and most likely be a big block. Anyhow, let's take a tour around, and we'll slow it down a little bit. There you go. I think this, in spite of all the problems I have with the paint, it looks like it came out pretty good. Let me switch it back up to this camera. If you guys remember, if I could do this without too much shaking, the problem I was having with the trunk deck was like there was some sort of cancer going on right here. This is actually the fourth time this car has been stripped and repainted. It looks a whole bunch better than what it did before, and I think if I keep on working on it, excuse me, I think I can get all the rest of that. Let's see if I can see right under the light. You can see all that. I want to see if I can get the rest of that out of there. But basically, this car is finished. I do not put mirrors and door handles on until this car or any car that I build goes on the shelf, because I know that I will knock them off. Anyhow, let's do another once around, and now you can check out the entire car. I didn't think I was going to make it with this build, and there might be another surprise because today is only the 12th, and I have to the end of this month possibly to build something else. I'm on a Chevelle kick, and I do have a 68 and a 70 to conclude my Chevelle builds, because I already have a 69. That'll be in the Street Machines group build. Anyhow, with all that being said, let's see if we can get into some more trouble. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. This is going to be the final build for the group under 1000 group build, hosted by Mike. It's Model Speed Shop. Sorry about that, Mike. What you're looking at is a 68 Chevelle 396. It was a fun build, but the problems I had with the paint on this car was just overwhelming. So I decided to use this model as my 5th entry, but it will be replaced at some future date. Anyhow, the 68 Chevelle, it's a Revell model. Quite fun build, except at the end. It seems like at the end I was having a few issues, but let me show you what's going on here. This is a Revell model, 1/25th scale. The kit itself went together pretty good, except for the last few steps. What are the last few steps, you might ask? Well, I'll show you here in a second as soon as the car gets around. I am convinced that there's something wrong with this molding or this particular model, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the front headlights and grills, how much they stick out past the body, I tried to get that to fit in there. I sanded a little bit on the side. I sanded a little bit behind the chrome on the headlights. I took that grill. Now this is the same car, same company. This is a 69 Chevelle. I took that grill and put it in this body, and it fit perfectly. So I don't know. I think there is actually something wrong with the body on this car. Anyhow, I got it to work as best I could. I really don't like it the way it is, but I tried sanding down the back of the headlights just to try and get fitting closer. The problem is somewhere on the side here, where it's not allowing it to go back. Now I did sand a little bit off the body, and in fact you probably can see a little bit right there on the side. You can see some of the white under there. I wasn't going to go any further than that. So I don't put the door handles or the mirrors on until this is ready to go into the to my showcase, which I just bought a new showcase, actually, 2 of them, and I'll take you out there and I'll show you those at one point during my video records. Anyhow, let me stop this for a minute and take a look at the interior. You guys will be able to see that. It's got a 2-tone interior. I showed you guys the details of the interior. I did the red line tires. I think they look pretty cool on this car. And then let's see if we can get this up, and hopefully we can go to the other camera. It's not. Why isn't it letting me go to the other camera? Unless I do it manually. There you go. I will stop this as soon as it gets around. Alright. We'll stop that there, and I'll lift this up a little bit so you guys can see. I did a lot of nice work in that engine compartment. I think it looks really good. I think my skills as far as getting engine detail is coming along very well. Anyhow, like I said, this is going to be a stand-in for the real model. I am going to take the other body that I have. Why is electronics? I tell you. A little bit. But yeah, so the only thing I'm not happy about is the way the front bumper and the front grille and headlights all sitting there. Other than that, it was a fun build, even though I was having frustrations with the paint. And man, I wish this paint would have worked out. You know, when I was deciding if I wanted to do the clear coat on this car, one side of me was saying do it. The other side of me said leave it alone. Then I was going back and forth, fighting with myself, actually. Do it, don't do it. Do it, don't. And I finally said, you know what? I see a lot of guys putting this clear on their cars, and they look fantastic, and this and that. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And I guess it didn't work out. And what I don't understand is the products, from the primer to the clear, were all Tamiya products, so they should have worked together. But apparently they didn't. And I had a couple of good explanations of why that might have happened, and they seem very reasonable answers to the problem. Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. This is Pit Stop Scale Model Garage saying goodbye for now.